but the eyes do get puffy when you wake up in the morning. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the middle fingers or the middle and index fingers, and there are two ways of doing this. You can either sweep very lightly over the top of the eyebrows and then underneath the eyes, and we go round in a circle. Or you could tap. So just gentle taps, going very round the eyes. And remembering that the skin underneath the eye, the blood vessels have probably started to diminish from about the age of 25. And the skin just under here is 10 times thinner than the rest of the face. So we need to be really gentle underneath there, no dragging, just very gentle. But the tapping will increase the circulation, so it will actually get anyone with dark circles under the eyes, it will flush the blood through those vessels and start to try and get some colour back in to that area. So it's a great thing to do when they put an eye cream on, something specific for eyes. And then we're going to incorporate an inner eye point. So this is an acupressure point, and it's in line with the inner corner of your eyes, but you actually press on the side of your nose or the side of your eye orbit. So it's there. And with acupressure points, we can hold those. This is a great one for calming, for de-stressing, if you've got eyes that are congested or that headache behind the eyes, any sinus congestion around the eye area, it's great for that. So just by holding that point, you're actually doing a lot. And then you can also focus on your breathing. So if you've had a bad dream and you've woken up in the morning and feeling a little bit tense, you could even close your eyes and breathe in and out through the nose. And then without moving on the skin, you're going to do very, very small rotations. So you go round one way, and then you reverse it and go back round the other way. Brilliant. You would put a little bit of product in your hands, pat it onto the skin, make sure that you do the neck as well. And because you want this, the cleanser will last a lot longer than a moisturizer. So if you did this with a moisturizer, you would have maybe a few seconds before it's soaked into the skin, whereas a cleanser is going to roll around on the surface of the skin a lot longer, and so it's going to give you time. And if they're by a sink, then they can always just damp their fingers down so that it lasts and goes a bit further. So when you're doing lymph drainage, you want to work towards the lymph nodes specific on the face and neck. So the neck ones are right at the bottom here by your clavicle. And the facial lymphatic nodes, you want to work to just under the jaw here. So maybe when you were a child and you said, "Mum, I've got a cold," she may have poked those and said, yeah, your glands are up, or your glands are maybe are sore, that's those underneath here that you want to affect. And we always start with somewhere low down, close to the heart, closest to the heart. And the idea is that you clear this area first, making space to those lymph nodes, and then you start with the bottom of the face. And I'm going to talk you through that. Lymph nodes don't like heavy-handedness, and they don't like lots of rushing and speed. They get a little bit stressed and they shut down basically if you push them too hard. So your movements are going to be really light. You start in the center, at the base of your neck, with sort of 3 fingers, and you very lightly stroke outwards. You always work one way. So you're stroking from the center out. And then you move up the neck slightly and you stroke. And you probably do at least 3 strokes to one area before you move up. And then you go underneath the jaw 3 times. And on the 3rd one, you go out to the sides where you've collected all that fluid, and then you stroke very lightly down the side of the neck towards those lymph nodes under the collarbone. So now we've made space in the neck, we're going to do the face. And as we do the face, I'm going to just mention areas of the face, and these areas will be face reflexology zone areas. So you're doing lymph drainage and you're also doing facial reflexology. Look at you, how clever are you? So starting with by the chin and going across the lower jaw, you go out. Now the mistake most people do is they do that because that's the bit they see in the mirror. Just remind them that they do have a face that goes round the corner as well. So you do 3 to the lower jaw, and that's your sciatic nerve. And then you go 3 from underneath the lip across, from the chin outwards. And then you're affecting your bladder and your uterus and your intestines. And then you go from the corner of the mouth and out. You've got the kidneys, and then when you come out closer to the ears, you've got legs. And then you go over the top of the upper lip and out. So now we're affecting the adrenals, the pancreas. And then sides of the nostrils and out. Now we're working the stomach, the liver, and the spleen. And down the sides of the nose and underneath the cheekbones. And the bridge of the nose and across the cheekbones. You've got the diaphragm and what we call a solar plexus, which is where you, underneath your diaphragm, a junction box of nerves that's where you feel your emotional stress and tension. And then right underneath the eyes, making sure that you don't drag the skin, which you won't if you had your cleanser on. And that's the upper lymph. And then we go over the eyebrows. That's your neck. Then middle of the forehead to your sinuses. And then a little higher up, just under your hairline, that's your brain in reflexology terms. So again, you're going to smooth across on your last stroke, and you're going to come lightly right the way down the side of the face, just in front of the ears, making sure you go underneath the jaw.